Hey neighbors, it's Daryl again. Today I want to talk about how to rent an apartment or home in the DFW area. First, I want you to know right now with the interest rates where they're at, it's more expensive to rent than own. That may change once interest rates go back up around 7%. That right there is where you're pretty much even, but right now, just keep that in mind. And why should you rent an apartment versus a single family home? If you're looking for a short term rental, in this market, you're going to want to look at an apartment. There you can get probably 3 month rentals, 6, 9, 12. With a single family home, typically they're owned by investors. They're going to want at least a 12-month rent, so or 12-month lease. Just keep that in mind. Also, here's the difference on security deposits. With an apartment, typically it's a few $100s. With a single family home, depending on credit, good credit varies from owner to owner. Some will not look anything less than 650, some 700. Most, if you're under 600, your security deposit is going to be at least double the monthly rent as security deposit. So if you're renting a $1,500 a month apartment, that's going to be $4,500 up front. That's not including your application fee. So keep that in mind. On an apartment, going to be a lot cheaper. So if you're cash constrained, that's something to look at. Also, if you have a pet, there's going to be a pet deposit, which is partially refundable, or there might be a pet fee, which is non-refundable, and that's both for single-family homes and apartments. And there may be pet rent involved, more likely in an apartment. On homes, I see it one out of maybe 1,000. It's not a major thing here. Then the next thing, just about, I've not seen an apartment that didn't have a refrigerator in it. In single family homes, about 10% of the properties on the market at this time have a refrigerator, and 1% have washer and dryer. Usually you have to rent a washer and dryer in an apartment. Sometimes they're included, but very rarely. So I count for 40 to 50 bucks a month there, just to keep that in mind. Also, some other fees you're going to have monthly with an apartment will be pest control, and they may have allocated water, so you pay a fixed amount, or an amount based on the size of your apartment. Sometimes the apartments are individually metered. 99% of the time they are now. Single family home, you're going to be responsible for water, trash, sewer. Sometimes the landlord does some pest control. That's where you have a little advantage there. The other thing is, with a apartment, typically it's going to be uncovered parking, and here, we have a lot of hailstorms, so keep that in mind. So you may have to pay 45 bucks a month for a carport, to 150 or 200 bucks a month per car for a garage spot if the apartment has a garage. And typically most single family homes are going to have 2-car garage in the price range. Depends where you're looking. So another thing to keep in mind now, bonus on the apartment, if maintenance needs to be done, you pick up the phone or go on the tenant portal and request maintenance, and they come and do it. There's no cost involved. On a single family home, many times there'll be a fee, maybe $75. That's to keep you from calling in case the faucet's running in the middle of the night. The landlord doesn't want to be bothered with that, so keep that in mind. Also, on an apartment, you're not going to have any yard maintenance. So if you don't want to be working in the yard outside, something to keep in mind. Single family home, you're going to be responsible for all the utilities, the yard work. So you can always hire someone to do that. That may cost you 100 bucks a month, 200 bucks a month, depending on how big your yard is and who you can find to do it. And if there's a pool, of course that's included in an apartment if they have a pool. If there's a pool in a single family home, typically you're going to be responsible for maintaining that. So that could run you $150 a month extra. Something to keep in mind too. Both are going to require renter's insurance. So you want to call your current car insurance company, get a quote from them. You probably already have renter's insurance, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And you want it, not all not all agents out there do apartment location and find single family homes. You have to be a realtor to search for single family homes. You don't have to be an apartment locator. So that's just a little difference in the two. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you soon. Don't hesitate to contact me.